Rick Santorum for the first time saw his name in first place on Google rather than the definition of Santorums as the frosty mix of lube and fecal matter that is sometimes the byproduct of anal sex. Wow. And the funny thing is that Santorum, it was in a sort of anal sex between Mitt Romney and Ron Paul. He tried to fuck Ron Paul and he fucked him. At the same time, for only 8 votes, Mitt Romney fucked him. I mean, for an anti-gay, homophobic man, that's the ideal situation, be a sandwich between 2 men. And it's the funniest things because he's moving all the electorate towards the nut jobs right wing. Great for general elections. So, who's next at this point? And now we have flip-flop Romney, who won for 8 votes. The funny thing is that if you think it was a great election in Iowa, he practically got exactly the same number of votes that he got 4 years ago. Or 4 years ago, yeah, exactly. So he's totally unexciting for anyone. He only gets 1/4 of the Republican population, and that's it. And the funny thing is that now all the other will be allied against him, so there is a good possibility that Mitt Romney won't be the candidate for the Republicans. And for what? Who the hell wants Mitt Romney? Republicans, they don't want it. Independent, they don't want it. Democrats, they don't want it. Nobody don't want it. Jon Stewart was perfect talking about Mitt Romney. It's like the chocolate that you have to eat because all the other chocolates taste like shit, but it's definitely not the one that you want to choose. That Mitt Romney. And then we have Ron Paul, or should I call him Dorothy Ron Paul, the man who lives in the Wizard of Oz world, the man that believes that libertarianism will become the main rule of the world. Well, he called everybody Austrians. We are finally Austrians, he said. I don't think this will get well with the Americans, call themselves Austrians, and it doesn't go well with the Austrians because the Austrians say, well, we don't like those economics, we like ours. We have universal health services, we have universal education, we have a strong middle class, we have regulations, and we are not being impacted that much from the economic crisis that you Americans created, so why we should change in those Austrians' idea? Well, that's it. And the major problem of Ron Paul that if he arrived third in Iowa, which is pretty liberal, he cannot go anywhere in the rest of the country. That is so fucking bigot. So there is no place. And then we go Angry Bird Newt. The man is always pissed off with everybody. They say he never do negative campaign to everybody and then spit venom on everybody. And he lost because of this, apart from because of all his corruption with Freddie Mac, with all the money he's got in the Congress, the fact that he's been under scrutiny when he was in the Congress. I mean, there are so many scandals and so many corruption behind this man and flip-flops around this man that Mitt Romney actually is less, or seems to be less flip-flop. No, they are the same. No, I'm joking. They are the same. They're exactly the same. But now he will move against Romney and he will start his negative attacks against Mitt Romney, starting from New Hampshire. You will see Angry Bird. He'll try to destroy the castle of all the chickens around and the pigs. And then we have Mr. Memory and Mr. Drunk Rick Perry. The man that needs God to send the rain in Texas because God hates so much Texas that decided want to put Texas into draft. So he prayed for the economy, these people pray for everything. And the funny things between him, Bachmann and Santorum, they all thank God because they've been inspired by God to be the candidate, but it seems that God screwed one of the two, screwed 2 of them, So it doesn't seem that God is helping that much in his area. And we will see him drop quickly. He's not going far. He's not going far, definitely. And then we have Michelle Bachmann, the woman with the pancake eyes, that finally decided to drop. Why? Because she's nuts. I mean, there is no other reason. She said her husband is not gay. Well, she's got the speech after the Iowa votes and caucus, in which she mentioned that her husband was going around buying sunglasses for their dog. If this is not gay, tell me what it is. And I am gay. I never bought sunglasses for my dog. That's way too gay, way too much. But they are both anti-gay. That's the weirdest couple ever. Goodbye, Michelle. And then we have John Huntsman. John who? Who's this guy? Oh, it's already disappeared. So it's totally irrelevant. So not even important to discuss about him. Bye. And finally, we have Barack Obama, only grown up in the room. Is he perfect? No. Actually, Barack Obama is different respect when he started. But, I'm a liberal. And I would love Obama to be much more liberal than he really is. But Americans, they don't realize that this is what the situation is right now. With the kind of Congress we have, in which you need 60 fucking votes, the supermajority to everything, and we had the Blue Dogs Democrats that stop everything, and now the Republicans, he cannot go anywhere. The only way he can survive is compromising. And I don't blame him. It's the only way you can bring the country a little bit a step ahead, unless he wants to keep everything the way it is, as the Republican would like. Well, he's fighting for the middle class, that's true. He wants to create jobs, that's true. Can you imagine how many jobs we could create even more if he had more possibility with the stimulus package? That, by the way, if you look at the numbers, the people, they don't like to look at them, the stimulus package practically contributed only the 4% on the deficit that we have, the $15 trillion. And the remaining 96% is all Bush programs. If you look at my video that I made some time ago, you can get all the details about that, all the numbers. Same things about unemployment rate. When the stimulus package came out in May 2009, actually the unemployment rate arrived at 10.2%, and Obama didn't put one coin out yet. So it cannot be his responsibility, that kind of unemployment. So still under Bush budget. And what's happened after that? Actually, the situation started going better. We start gaining jobs. It's not going as fast as we expected, but if you look around at the economy all over the world, if you are objective and not an asshole, you realize that actually America is in a much better condition than many other countries. And America could be like Germany, could be like Sweden, could be a country very positive. Germany now, they are struggling because they are paying the money for all the other countries, but their structure, their economy is valid, strong, the way it is. So Obama is the only one that can change something, and it can be the grown-up in this world. And do we want to talk about the last speech today to unveil the military spending thing? Yes, let's go into detail a little bit more about this, Mr. Ron Paul, just for your information. After deciding to bring the troops home in Iraq and reduce the troops in Afghanistan, finally today Obama decided to unveil his plans for the military budget, which is pretty good. He understood practically that step by step, not in one shot, because you cannot remove millions of people and all over the world as magic huge structure of military, American military is right now. It cannot go overnight, but you can finally target. We have different technology. We don't need to have wars the way we had in the 20th centuries. And so you don't need to spend any more money on that. But you need defense, because still this is a country that needs to have a defense, no matter what Ron Paul says. It's a defense, it's a security. But you have to drastically reduce the budget and what he's doing. So let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. We have no other choice. This choice is called Obama. Not because we have to close our nose and there is nothing better than him. If you give Obama 65 liberal senators and you give a house that is full of liberals, Obama working extremely well. And you will close Gitmo, it will do many more things that he would have loved to do. But unfortunately, if he doesn't have these people, the only way to go and change things, you have to compromise if you want to push part of your program. It's always the same things. You propose hundreds and you get 50. But at least you get 50. Otherwise you can get zero, what the Republicans they want. They don't want to change anything. They want just to not to spend money. This is what Republican wants. They don't want to spend anything, and they want to invest money. They want to give only money to rich people. While the rules of capitalism are very simple. Venture capitals, they lend money to companies. Only 20% of these companies are successful, while the remaining 80% they are not, but they create money, and this money is reinvested, so you create even more things. And when you invest money, you've got jobs, and when you've got jobs, you've got you got less unemployment, and of course you reinvest money, and this is the trick, and this is the tour, this is the way it goes. And actually the best result for Obama is the result coming from the automotive industry at the end of December. They grew 13%, the maximum they could in the last 3 years. So to my liberal friends like the Amazing Atheist, the Young Turks and so on, that they attack Obama so much. Oh, definitely, I agree with you. Obama has to be kept under control in any way, because there are some rules and regulations that he's doing. He's not perfect. I'm not saying that, but he's doing something that has to be controlled, and that's the role of the press. That's the role of the people. Keep them honest. But attacking this man the way you're attacking, considering the difficulties in which he's working and the situation in which we are, and perfectly knowing that he can do only what he can do with the Congress that we have, with the people that we have. I'm sorry, this is a country that is conservative. Unless you change the mind of these people and convince them to vote for liberals, you go nowhere. Wake up.